Now for the top story tonight, let's bring in the president of Judicial Watch, Tom Fitton, the author of the new book, The Corruption Chronicles, Obama's Big Secrecy, Big Corruption, and Big Government. Fitton joins us from Washington. So what do you think exactly happened here? You know, the Bush administration didn't charge the Panthers criminally. They could have. They charged them civilly. The Panthers gave the finger to the system, didn't even show up. The system didn't do anything to them. Then President Obama takes over. The thing is still percolating, but the Obama Justice Department does absolutely nothing. What happened inside all that?
Well, they filed the civil case. The Bush Justice Department civil rights attorneys filed a civil case at the end of the Bush administration. The Obama people came in and dropped the civil case. So in addition to not pursuing criminal charges, the weak civil charges were dropped by the Obama people, and the documents we obtained show that a top official named Sam Hersh seemingly orchestrated the effort to drop the charges. There was philosophical objections on the part of leftists generally. There's been testimony about where they don't like these civil rights laws being applied against black people. They're designed to be applied against white people. That was the argument of the Justice Department.
There was a hearing in federal civil court where one of the two Panthers that you saw in that tape was sanctioned, said you can't go within 100 yards of a polling place or whatever. It was nothing. It was nothing.
Yeah, and they dropped the charges.
That happened under the Obama administration. Right? But it was a joke because nothing really happened to the people. They just ignored everything. They should have been held in contempt because they didn't show up, but they weren't. All right, now Sam Hersh. Who's Sam Hersh? Who's that?
Well, he's official at the Justice Department. He was a deputy to the number 3 official. He's a former Obama donor, Democratic lawyer, active in litigating on behalf of Democratic Party interests. Now he's in the Justice Department making decisions like this.
So why would he have that kind of clout, though? I mean, you saw Perez. Perez goes in and says, oh, no, politics had nothing to do with it. It was just, you know, we didn't think there was enough evidence. Come on. But why would Hersh have that kind of power?
Because he was the boss of all the folks who were making the decision as to what to do against the Black Panthers. Not only that, he was informing and collaborating and conferring with his bosses, including Tom Pirelli, again, another close Obama guy, raised a boatload of money, $500,000 or so for
all of
Obama.
these guys aren't FBI guys or any other federal agency. These are appointees that get jobs in the Department of Justice. But you got to think that Holder, the Attorney General, because of the profile of this case, because it was done on the Fox News Channel and some other news agencies, he had to be following this case. So what everybody wants to know is the President of the United States and the Attorney General of the United States tell the Justice Department, we don't want to do this. We don't want to go after these guys. Is that possible?
Well, I don't think they need to. Holder certainly was briefed on the case. There's 2 documents showing that he was briefed at least twice. Between Pirelli and Hersh, the political side is covered. Pirelli is an old Obama buddy back from his days in the Harvard Law School, the Harvard Law Review back at Harvard. And he's a top Obama guy in terms of helping him with the transition at the time between the Bush presidency and the Obama presidency, and obviously was appointed to number 3 at the Department of Justice. In fact, emails show that Pirelli was very active talking about this case in the days before it was dropped. You know, so I don't know why Perez came in after the fact, pretended none of the people were involved. And Perez himself is another Democratic activist. He ran for public office in Maryland.
But Perez is in trouble now. I mean, Perez could be, I don't think under this Justice Department he would be, but, you know, he could be charged with perjury because he testified under oath in front of the Civil Rights Commission and said, no, it was none of that, none of that.
I mean, his false testimony, I think it's false testimony, has been out there for some time. The Justice Department has refused to act on it, and this latest piece of litigation, they're still defending what Perez said, despite all those emails that you were talking about showing all these politicals being involved in the decision-making to drop this case of outright and really in-your-face voter intimidation.
Now, you think it's just because they don't want to make even militant African Americans like the Black Panthers look bad? Do you think that's the bottom line on this?
Leftist civil rights activists object to voting protection given extended to white people. They think the law only is designed to protect minorities. There's testimony from J. Christian Adams and Chris Coates to that effect, and they were officials at the Justice Department too.
All right, Mr. Fitton, thanks very much, and we will continue to follow the case. Next on the rundown, Cokie Roberts.